Hi, I'm Lucy Marvellous from Fresher Bites. Today I'm going to show you how to make this absolutely delicious, very quick and easy tomato soup. That is really delicious. This soup's really popular in this house, so I'm going to make double the recipe, which will serve 8 to 12 portions and uses 1.8 kilos of ripe tomatoes. These are from Aldi. Very cheap at the moment. I'm going to use 1 onion and 3 spring onions because I happen to have some spring onions in my fridge. To prepare my onion, chop it into nice fine dice, a good claw grip, cut off the pointy end, and that gives you a flat surface to stand it on. Then a good bridge hold, push down, cut it in half. The root is where the oil is that will make you cry, so we don't want to mess with that root, we want to leave it alone as much as possible. There's a little bit of this onion that's not great, but the rest of it is fine. So we'll peel off the skin. And then, using these little lines on the onion as a guide, we're going to put our knife in and push down. We don't want to mess with the root, so we're just going nearly to the root and push down with a good safe bridge hold. And so we turn to the claw grip and slice through. You can see I've got my knife sharpener there to make sure that my knife was really sharp. If you're finding your knife isn't going where it should do, it probably needs to be sharpened. So now we can pick out the bits in here that aren't good. They're just like little extra bits of skin. All the rest of that is good. No need to waste it. So in with the tip, with a good bridge hold, push down. Claw grip, you end up with a nice dice. When you get to a bit and it's moving around, go back to your bridge hold. And here's the bit that makes you cry, get rid of it. And get rid of these bits that don't look so good. For the spring onion it's even easier to use scissors, but if you don't have any scissors you can always use your knife. The only bit of the spring onion we don't eat is this bit I call giving it a haircut. It's just the root. Chuck that away. We are going to pop the oil and butter into our pan. There's the butter. 2 tablespoons of oil. The oil will stop the butter from burning and the butter will give a really nice flavour. If you want to make this vegan, just use another tablespoon of oil and don't bother with the butter. Pop the heat on. You can hear that sizzling nicely. We'll add all our onions. I'm going to turn that down a touch. We don't want to brown them, we just want to soften them. So I'll just let those cook for 5 minutes while I chop up all my tomatoes. That's been sizzling away nicely for 5 minutes. That sort of volume is what you want. If it's this loud, you're likely to burn your onions. And if it's any quieter than that, they're probably not going to cook in time. So during that 5 minutes, while those have been softening nicely, I have cut my nearly 2 kilos of tomatoes and I've finely chopped my garlic. This can all go in now. This time of year tomatoes are quite cheap, so if you've got a freezer it's a great idea to cook up a load of whatever is cheap and freeze it for when it isn't. Also got my finely chopped garlic there, I'm going to pop that in. A little bit of a stir. We can add our stock. I've got 1.5 litres because I've doubled the recipe. This is actually chicken stock that I've just made with some chicken blobs in stock cubes and hot water out of the kettle. Make sure you get all the tasty bit from the bottom. Again, if you want this to be vegan, you can use vegan marigold bouillon. If you want vegetarian, there's plenty of vegetarian vegetable stock out there. We want to add our tomato puree, 4 tablespoons. A tablespoon is about a squidge, so 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to give it a nice depth of flavour. Bit of salt and pepper. I don't like to put too much salt at this point, but tomatoes can be quite salty. You can always add some more at the end. Give that all a good stir and turn the temperature up to bring it to the boil. Once you've got that to a good boil, you can partly cover it, turn it right down. You really want a gentle simmer. I may even have to move it onto a slower burner. Set your timer for 20 minutes to cook those tomatoes through. There goes our timer. Everything is lovely and cooked. These are all squishy now. We can just get our hand blender in there and blend it all together. If you want to add some basil for a real authentic Italian flavour, just put the leaves of some basil in. This is out of the garden, so it's a bit pale. Shop bought stuff is a bit darker. It has got a lovely fragrance, really Italian smelling. You could also put in a few mixed herbs, oregano, that sort of thing. The hand blender whizzes very quickly. When it's in the soup, it will be blitzing the soup. If you lift it out while it's still moving, it will splash hot soup all around your kitchen. So keep it in, and when you want to take it out, turn it off. Off and out. Off and out. If you take a while to do that, you'll get quite a smooth soup. Obviously, if you've got a liquidizer or a NutriBullet or that kind of thing, you'll get an even smoother soup. If you don't want any bits in your soup, you can sieve it like this, push it through with a ladle. You'll end up with a really smooth soup, and in your sieve you'll have little bits of pip and skin that you can just throw away. Now that you've blitzed it, good time to taste and adjust the seasoning. That's definitely got enough salt in it, maybe a little bit more pepper. Delicious. Really fresh tasting, lovely. And there we are, in under half an hour, delicious, easy, super tasty, homemade, smooth tomato soup. Once you've cooked something, please pop over to Facebook. Let me know how you've got on, maybe show me a photo of what you made. Or if while you're cooking you've got any questions, pop over to Facebook, Fresher Bites, ask me a question. There's a very good chance I'll be online and I can answer your question, or there might be someone else in the group who can answer your question too. Happy cooking!